Hello everyone. Welcome to another long drive live stream. I know it's been a little while, about a week. I mean, just over a week actually since I last streamed, but we will. Oh, Windows 10 update. Whoops. Well, I'll do that later. Um, yeah, we'll get right into it. I think I'll load up the save. Um, one sec. Scroll all the way down, and it should be this one here. I believe that is. No, that's wrong. That's the multiplayer build. It'll be this one. Okay, we can delete that actually, I think. Yeah, and it will be this one. Load it up. This has begun to take a little while since we are 2,000 kilometers in at this point. We're going to be halfway there soon enough. Just a few more streams. Oh, why do I have that out? Okay, and off we go. Here's what our car currently looks like. No headlights. I think we lost those at some point. No rear bumper. We lost that at some point. And of course, there's the fridge. Every vehicle needs one. For storing all those important items. Oh, it's actually got stuff in it. I thought it was empty. And of course, I go right into a light pole. Let's load that again. I'll try and be a bit more careful. Just loading it up for the second time this stream. Okay, there we are. Put the hose away. Resize the window. Resize the window again because it didn't do it right. Remember that you forgot to turn some stuff back on. Now we're going good. Okay, we will skip that building since there was a zombie there last time, and because we have pretty much everything we need for a little while. And I think the goal for today's stream will be to get to 2,100 kilometers, or maybe 2,200 if we're feeling particularly adventurous. There's also the question if we want to do some building restoration, which we might do. Not sure though. Oh, little rock chicane there. Got through it just fine though. Oh god, no. No, we did not. It's bouncing around a bit. Although I think that problem was not caused by the rocks. I think it's always been there and is just now showing itself. I feel like we need to paint this door here because it matches the bodywork and nothing else matches the bodywork, so gotta find something to paint that with, maybe blue. Might have some somewhere. I was just about to apologize for the late stream, but then I I realized no one's watching. So I think I'll apologize if people actually get on later. Rather than now. Oh. Oh no. JT, hello. Are you the person who wanted me to just call you JT instead of your username? I think you are. I've forgotten since it's been like a week since I've streamed last. In any case, I hope you are going well. Yes. Nice. See, my memory isn't that terrible. Turn on the lava lamp. They are all switched on. What? Huh? Since when did we lose the rear compartment thing? You meant off, okay. Which one do you want switched off? Well, I guess we just have increased cooling here now. I'll just have to find another bit. I think that was yellow. Yeah, that was yellow. So turn off a lava lamp. Okay, that's 2 lava lamps. 3 lava lamps switched off. Which 3? 4. You're just switching them all off. All but middle. Okay. I will do that for you. Sometimes I kind of wonder why I bother preheating them when people just come and switch them off. Though it is part of the fun. I'm lagging hard? Oh. Might have to drop the resolution. Not sure if it's on my end. Yeah, the reason I didn't stream for the past week... Are you back? Should be better now? Okay, cool. Yeah, the reason I didn't stream for the past week, actually, is because I was in a tropical paradise known as Far North Queensland. And the internet there is not great, at least at the places where I stayed, so... That's why I didn't stream, although I did bring the laptop to try and stream on. I didn't end up attempting. Here's a fun fact. Every 12 weeks or something like that, 12 weeks, 6 months, something like that. Every we'll say 6 months because I think that's correct. But every 6 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in Far North Queensland. And I made sure to go just after the news broke about somebody getting torn to pieces by a crocodile, because that resets the statistics. JT is visiting their grandparents. Cool. Yeah, I went diving at the Great Barrier Reef. Which was lots of fun. Got some good pictures. But the airport x-rayed the camera on the way back, so they're probably not in very good condition now. I'll have to see when I develop them. That feels like very flawed logic. You'd think so. And you'd be right. I know waiting for a crocodile attack to happen before going to a place where there's crocodiles doesn't make it any less likely that you yourself will be attacked by a crocodile, but was just a joke, so. I'm not sure whether I want to do any building restoration. Stream or not. I guess we'll see if there's any worthy buildings. One day I'm gonna restore an entire mansion. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I've wanted to do it for a while. Oh, damn rabbits. I mean, that is quite an accurate representation of what would happen if you were to hit an animal of that size in a car. Clean the dashboard up. And we're as good as new, aside from the missing headlights, missing back bumper, missing bonnet lid, and the fridge on. Yeah, this car isn't great. This car is not great at all. But it works, and that's about as much as you can wish for in this world. And there's our next stop. You've been watching Soul Eater again. What is Soul Eater? I don't believe I have heard of it. Anime, ah. Ooh, revolver. I gotta say, this has probably gotta be my favorite firearm that's in the game. We won't keep it though, because I've got plenty of melee weapons already. It's not much, but we'll take it. Ooh, chocolate. Love how you eat the wrapper in this game. I wonder when the update, well, actually, why am I saying that? I know when the update's coming out. It's like the one thing I talk about on every stream of this game I do. Simply because of how much I'm looking forward to it. Damn it, I forgot to drink the water that was in there. Ah well. I think we've got some here anyways. Not much. But it's something. Imagine how crazy it would be driving without physics lock on. Should we save and give it a try? I think it would be funny. Let's save and give it a try. I think it's gonna be funny. Okay, settings. Physics lock. Disabled. Oh, there go the frames. Actually, it's not too bad. Oh. This could be a kind of challenge, actually. How far can you drive before you lose all the items? Everything just rolling around here. Well, let's It's kind of fun to watch things fall off. Hard brake. Oh, yeah. I should have done that with all the stuff up there. Right. Yep, all the stuff does move forward. Oh, no. Imagine crashing and the sword you have on the rear parcel shelf just flies forward, and because your car has no, headrests, it just decapitates you. Oh, that would be awful. But morbidly hilarious. You know what we can do to make this worse? Drop this. Oh no. Oh no. This might be game crashing territory. It leaks out like water, yeah. Oh wait, no, there we go. But everything just spewed out. Well, you don't really realize you have so much stuff until it's all laid out like that. I mean, I guess it's one way to clean your car up. Not too shabby. Right, let's re-enable it and load the save. That was quite fun. I should make a mini game or something like that. Set up an obstacle course. Why did it launch tiny? Get a giraffe next time we see one? You gonna name it? You can use the redeem for that, actually. To make sure I get one. The get an item redeem, I think it is. That is if you didn't spend all your channel points switching the lava lamps off. I'm not sure if you did. Also, would a chihuahua be okay? Because those are in this game too. You need 3 times your current points. Okay. Because I'm fond of this idea, I will get a giraffe even if you don't redeem it. Or a chihuahua, maybe. Or maybe a soccer ball, since that also uses the giraffe code. Has to be a giraffe? Oh, come on, the ball even has the giraffe icon. Not good enough. You can't exactly be picky here, you didn't even redeem it. We'll see, we'll see what we find. Nothing there. You like the red one? It shines brighter with the others off, the lava lamps. Yeah, I can see that. Oh no. That was just one small rock. I never realized there's a hole here. Wonder if that could be useful for anything. Oh god! Did anyone else see that? That got my heart racing. Now, we might need a clip of that if anyone has the ability. Man, shame there was no one on, apart from you. Man, look at this mess. It's like all the way through the car. Look at that! I've never... We'll wait for it to cool before putting that back in. But that's ridiculous. Step bro, I'm stuck. Oh god! Oh no! We might leave that there. Kev Johnson says, I need to brush up on my long drive. I was trying to help one of the biggest streamers I follow through the game, and I'm not nearly as helpful as with my summer car. Look at this nightmare. Should we leave that? I think we should leave that there. It's like a piece of modern art. Can't wait to see it fling us into orbit. I'm gonna post this on the Long Drive subreddit now. Modern art is just murder. I think that's more animal cruelty than anything, but to be fair, it did just start hovering up here, and we couldn't have stopped. It appeared. Officer, it came out of nowhere. I swear. Oh man. It hit the fridge, not the car, officer, so therefore it's not vehicular manslaughter. Oh, damn, I forgot the radiator. Gentleman Lucifer says, "Yo, it's the Ninky Nonk from In the Night Garden." Oh, that brought back some repressed memories. I painted the car with Teletubby blood, you're right. And this rabbit that spawned in at the worst possible moment and ended up embedded. Penguins! Welcome to the stream, Penguins. Always good to have you here. We have an issue. As you can see, I'm not sure if there's a clip of this. I don't think there is, but if there is, it'd be pretty amazing. Free decor, yeah. Basically, what happened is a rabbit spawned in the air as we were driving. It collided with the fridge, instantly died, and then all manner of horrible things happened, and it ended up stretched out between the fridge and the wheel well there. And I tried to remove it, and it got stuck like this. So now it's just, yeah, there. Look at that jaw. That is unnatural. Nice new rug, that. Yeah. We're having stew for dinner tonight. Right, we'll put the radiator in now. There is our next stop. We'll sleep and visit it in the morning. Rabbit stew in the afternoon. Look at that. It looks like it's walking on two legs. New long drive game mode idea. You start out at the beginning of the road, and that thing is always following you at a constant speed. You can go fast and leave it behind, but if you stop for too long, it'll catch up.
So sick.
It's like the immortal snail meme. If anyone remembers that. Where you get $1 million, but an immortal snail is always chasing you.
Hungry.
I think there's a zombie upstairs. Anyways. Oh, there's not even anything good here. He died for nothing. ZNJ?
Is this the world?
Oh,
I live
food.
in this world.
I mean, obviously it wouldn't be like the default game mode, but it's like an optional thing. Maybe that could be a good mod, actually. Anyways, how have you all been going? Gentleman Lucifer? Gamer Penguins? Kev Johnson even? Hope you're all going well? I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Personally. You're awake and eating breakfast. That is progress. A lot of people aren't doing that right now, so you're automatically on a higher level. Penguins has a huge mug of tea, no, a mega mug of tea, and a hangover. Big Friday night then? I wonder if you could create a vehicle that is entirely covered in just glitched out rabbits. Just have it look like some sort of eldritch abomination slash weird roadside attraction. Penguins had the week off work, so they've been drinking more than normal. Back to work tomorrow, though. Ah, well. JT says it's midnight for them. Time zones, man. How do they work? Sunday, 7:44 a.m. for me. It got lively after the rabbit shenanigans. It's 4:45 p.m. on Sunday for me. Gentleman Lucifer says finished work at 10 yesterday and waking up now feels somewhat cursed. I'll bet. Oh, that fell out. Whoops. When did that happen? Who knows? Any more food around here? Yes, there is. Oh, no. Dodge. We will attach those there for now. Oh, my glove box lid went missing again. Okay, next go to we find we are looting for parts. You want to see the odometer meter out from... Oh! Oh. You want to see the odometer zero out from maximum miles or kilometers? We did that once before, actually. Well... To be fair, it was over 2 years ago. Alright. Dangling that was a bad idea. Never mind, they didn't even have Twitch back then. Oh. We have nothing of value there. We've barely traveled 40 kilometers this stream. That's an average of about 40 kilometers an hour. Wait, no. It's an average of about 60 kilometers an hour. We'll see if we can bump that up though. Yeah, too much crashing and flipping and rabbit interruptions. And if I drive like this when I do a subathon, I'm doomed. I'll never finish it. That is assuming people actually subscribe, which I also doubt, so I could be fine. You don't know what a kilometer is? Well, I'm not gonna teach you. Ah, someone from Seppo Land. That'll explain it. Ever since those guys put all their education budget into the military and religion, things weren't going too well. Fun facts, the simultaneously most useful but also dumbest tool I have is a program that simply allocates then releases 1 gigabyte of RAM. How is that useful? I'm very curious now. Oh please, you're not that stupid. At least I don't think you are. You can type understandable sentences, which is actually a high bar for most of the United States population. Isn't like 40% of the country totally illiterate or something like that? Maybe I'm imagining that. But it was shockingly high last time I checked. So high that in other countries it would be considered a national crisis. Now, what's with all the crates full of hands? Gen Alpha is upping that statistic. Probably not wrong there. Right. Just drink some water. Google is your friend to make you look smart, yeah. That goes for anybody on the internet, honestly. Though that's less true nowadays, considering Google lies a lot more than it used to with the AI. Fun fact, did you know? You can put glue on your pizza to get the toppings to stick. And doctors recommend eating one small rock per day. According to Google AI, that's correct. Don't mind the place where the AI got that information from is The Onion. Did you know chickens eat rocks? Oh, that reminds me of someone. For those of you who don't know, Chicken King. It's a person who stops by every now and then to give chicken facts and such. One of their favorites is chickens eat rocks, which is true. Chickens do eat rocks. Oh, that's a long wall of text. Hang on, I'll have to read that while we're stopped. Some ducks have gold in their gizzards, it's real. But then again, some ducks don't. And it's hard to tell until you open the duck. At which point, if it doesn't have gold, it's less useful. So it's better to just leave the gold in there. Now, I'm going to read this now. Linux doesn't handle low RAM situations very gracefully. If you're using enough RAM that it hovers around the limit of overflowing the RAM and spilling into the swap file, the responsiveness really just falls into the toilet. This program basically forces the system to dump a bunch of the least used stuff into swap, freeing up a bit of slack. Okay. I'm sure there's some swappiness setting I could tune, but running this program while waiting 5 to 10 seconds to get a responsive system back is pretty easy. I think my computer does that by itself, without me doing anything. Each to their own, I guess. Some people prefer that more in-depth customizability. Speaking of computers, actually, I'm sure you've all heard of the global outage a few days ago, where basically almost every business Windows machine just blue screened. I think it was 2 days ago now, maybe 3. I didn't hear about it until a day after it happened because I was relaxing on the beach with a half a coconut in my hand. But it sounds pretty insane. They got a red ring of death. And you know what's the best part? It wasn't even Microsoft's fault. It was some shitty enterprise antivirus. Or something like that. And that got pushed a software update that bricked everything. GT says, my Xbox 360 still works, so I got some quick cash. I haven't checked my 360. I checked my 3 OG Xboxes last night. for the first time ever to make sure the capacitors hadn't blown up. And they're all fine. They took the capacitors out just to be safe. They're all fine. And guess what I discovered also? I actually own an OG Xbox controller. I never knew that. I'd forgotten. Yuka-Cola Cowboy says, did your wetware go offline? Never understood the term wetware. What does that mean? Is it like when you put your computer in a swimming pool? Okay, what do we have here? Got the corpse of a car. A lot of oil. We might as well top up the oil tank. Yeah, apparently airports and such all around the world were closing because of that Windows bug. Well, not Windows bug, that just crash thing that happened with the antivirus software. It's funny, it doesn't seem to have affected much, but I know for some people this will be devastating. The OG Xbox has a cap that goes bad for the time and data clock. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I checked those capacitors and they're fine. But yeah, what I did find out is that all 3 of my OG Xboxes actually had games still in the disk drives. The antivirus company shipped a kernel driver that is a file that is nothing but zeros. Oh. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, some intern is taking the fall for this one, I bet. So yeah, I now have copies of Halo 2, Grand Theft Auto 3, and Grand Theft Auto 2. Oh. Ow. Oh god. I thought my system was freezing, but Firefox was just updating. Wait, no, it was San Andreas, not 2. I've got some money on my hands there. Well, I don't have the... I've never actually played GTA. But now I have 2 different GTA games for the OG Xbox. Maybe I could try. That'd be a funny stream. If you're running any kind of enterprise system, you're running one of these antivirus systems, and now every one of those computers has to be recovered manually one at a time. Oh, that's painful, isn't it? JT says, I'll probably sell the 360 and save it for a car. One of my biggest regrets in life is selling a complete Xbox 360 set. Like with controllers, console, cables, the DVD remote even. Selling that for $40 like 5 years ago. Because at the time they were so worthless. And they're just now starting to creep back up in value. Right. On the plus side though, I do have several limited edition Xbox 360s that I kept. The thing about this fuck up is, the sheer fact that it's even possible tells you that company is deeply incompetent. They don't even have the most basic sanity checking on the stuff they ship out the door. Rich in assets here. Well, I will be once the 360 actually starts becoming properly valuable. I think it'll be a while yet before it's worth too much. I've got a bunch of PS2s and yeah, PS2s and OG Xboxes. Only one GameCube though. And no Dreamcasts. Testing? Why bother testing when we can just do updates to fix whatever's broken? Oh no, yeah. That screw up is an example of why you shouldn't do that. You're meaning to get around to buying a 260E model. 360, I think you mean? Are there any 360 games that required an online connection for install? Yeah. Like quite a lot, I think. I think some were online exclusive actually, and you had to download them. Although I never used the console when it was new. So that's just what I think from secondhand experience. Though I think there are like jailbreaks for the 360, depending on the firmware version, perhaps. Because I know they really tried to lock things down with the 360 to stop people from modding it. Do I have an original NES with Zelda? I do have an original NES, but not with Zelda. I've got Super Mario 1, I've got Super Mario 3, I've got Duck Hunt, and I've got Super Glove Ball for the Power Glove. I also have a Famicom. And a Famicom Disk System, but the only game I have for that is the Transformers game. I mean, yeah, if you have those games on disc, then there's no reason to mod it, Cave. Do a flip. You know what's kind of funny? Every now and then I come across an original PlayStation. Like just an eWay store for sale for cheap. And you know what's funny? Every single time I've found one, every single one I've found has been mod shipped. Oh, no, another rabbit. Oh, cool. That one wasn't too bad. With the PS2, there's a bit of a stronger reason since you can play games off the network and not wear out the laser and CD-ROM drive. Fair enough. I've actually got an OG PlayStation and a PlayStation 2, both in the original boxes. And yep, the PlayStation is mod shipped. The PS1, I mean. Because of course it is. can actually run the latest version of Linux on the PlayStation. Someone added support a year or two ago. On the PS2? Or the PS1? The PS1 is more impressive, honestly. I know the PS2 had a hard drive add-on, and there was actually an OEM build of Linux for it, shipped by Sony. JT and Gamma Penguins were hoping the rabbit got a friend. Ah, well, maybe one day. On the PlayStation 1. Huh. PlayStation 2 cannot run Linux anymore, and probably never will, because its CPU is ultra cursed. Ah. And nobody wants to support it. The PS1. Is it running off a CD then? That's wild. Nuka-Cola Cowboy says, I watched the Back to the Future trilogy the other day and noticed an old alarm clock on the dashboard. Interesting. Man, I should try and do that. I should try and run Linux on my PS1. The PS2 CPU is technically MIPS, but it's been screwed up the ass with all kinds of weird changes and omissions and additions. Add time, Don't worry, it's highly unlikely you'll miss anything important. Oh, bumpy terrain there. Oh. Welcome back. Taco Bell cannot screen share. I'm curious. Which corporations are paying to advertise on Twitch nowadays? What ads did you guys get? Gentleman Lucifer says, my brain is so cooked I just put the sugar in the fridge. That's better than putting the... Oh, wow. That's better than putting the milk in the cupboard, at least. Triple Z, Taco Bell, and Vision. Huh. I used to think my country didn't have Taco Bell, but we actually do. Man, look at this. It's like a dish. Look at this terrain, man. It's a wall. The car is just stuck there. You gotta remember, your mind switches off when the ads come on. That's a good feature. Not even NetBSD will support PS2, and they support the Apple SE30, the Dreamcast, and the 1970s VAX 11 780. Oh, that's wild. Something I want to do at some point is use my worst OG Xbox to make a sleeper PC. Just because I love the design of the OG Xbox so much. It's a very nice piece of technology. Man, look, this is like the most extreme terrain I've seen in a while. And it even continues down here. I feel like more of this would kind of be cool in the game. Linux doesn't bother supporting a lot of weird stuff. That title indisputably belongs to NetBSD. You could call a cowboy says, I want to build a PC like in Fallout 3. I've never played Fallout. So if you want to post a link to a picture, I'll check it out and I'll judge whether or not you have good taste in computer case design. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll stream myself making an OG Xbox sleeper PC. The real challenge would be getting it to look perfectly normal from the outside, I reckon. Considering it's quite a small form factor. And the fact that I would totally want a disk drive in there. Just to keep that portion alive. Penguin says it sucks that disk drives are a thing of the past. I agree. Although the OG Xbox did use a standard size PC disk drive. So you can basically just cram anyone you want in there. Well, not if you want it to work with the original hardware, but if you're building a sleeper you can do that as long as there's enough room for all your other components. That is the screenshot I requested for the Fallout PC. Yep, you have good taste. Let me show this on stream. Oh, you know what this means? Every time I show an image on stream, we get to see what the last picture loaded was. And this time, the last picture I had loaded in was this. You're welcome. And this is the Fallout computer that you could call a cowboy wants to build a machine that looks like. Do not ask me about the compilation of Japanese superheroes getting crucified. I know nothing about that. Penguin says you can't even get a DVD drive into PCs these days. Let me read that again. Can't even get a DVD drive in PCs these days. There we go. Just had trouble saying that for some reason. Kev Johnson says, I actually still use DVDs a lot for installation, and because I have a lot of old games on CD that I run under Wine. Yeah. I found out recently that Steam doesn't allow you to install games from disk anymore. That's part of the reason why I dislike Steam. You could call a Cowboy has a Blu-ray burner. I've never had a Blu-ray burner. I've had Blu-ray readers for PC, but never a burner. That's so cool. Yeah, and I found that out when I bought a copy of Portal 2 on disc secondhand, tried to install it, and it just gave me an error message. So then I set the disc on fire, as any sane person would do. And after that, I realized that even if I had been able to install it, I wouldn't have been able to run it because of Steam's DRM. Since it comes with a code, and since that code was already redeemed. Ugh. I hate Steam for that. Basically killed used games. Yeah, a burner drive writes information to a disk. So you can, burn data or video or whatever you want. And then play it back in a drive that's can only read. Sony is actually stopping manufacturing blank Blu-ray media soon for consumers. I mean, Sony is, but there's gonna be a few dozen Chinese factories still doing that for a while, I reckon. You can still buy brand new blank CDs. And blank DVDs. GOG is good for old game stuff, at least. You could call a Cowboy says, I retired my 3¼ inch floppy disk drive about 5 years ago. Guess what? I didn't. I've still got mine. My last computer even had a 5¼ inch floppy disk drive. Not even double density. I don't actually own any recent Nintendo consoles. I think the newest thing I own is a Wii, but I hope Nintendo sticks to physical media with their next system. You got rid of your Windows 95 floppies? Ah, bad move. You'll need those one day. Cave Johnson says, I've got a couple of machines that support floppy. We currently have media readers installed. I wonder what's the smallest decent PC motherboard you can get nowadays. I'm thinking about this for my Xbox Sleeper project. That may or may not happen. Pelp says, I thought Windows ME was fire. I prefer Windows 2000. Depends on what you consider x86. I mean, I don't mean like a Raspberry Pi or anything. I mean like a board that can run Windows, swappable processor, slots for graphics cards and such. get weird Dell WISE machines that are the size of a pack of cards and run Windows. Oh yeah, those like weird sign controller things that are so tiny. One of those could be neat. Just gotta find one that actually would be decent for anything more than flicking through a slideshow. Penguin says a better floppy disk won't even hold a Word document on it these days. Quite possibly wouldn't. Micro ATX, that could be a good option. Let me look that up. You know what also is weird? It's almost impossible to find a motherboard that's green nowadays. Yeah, that would totally fit in an OG Xbox. Then you have to worry about power supply as well. It really was a small form factor, the OG Xbox. And it was pretty big for its time. Floppies held 1.44 megabytes. Yeah, the PC 3.5-inch floppies did. Other formats could hold more or less. JT says, I'm dumb and I understand nothing here. You're gonna go for a bit. Alright, see you later. Thank you for stopping by. Probably looking at something like an USFF Dell 701. See ya. I mean, there's always the super janky option of gaming laptop motherboard. Yeah, that could be alright, actually. You're right. Teeny. There's people on eBay selling adapters for some models of 7010. Ah, it's a 7010. Sorry for all the pausing. I'm yeah, that'd work. Something else I think I'd do for this project is I'd wire up all the original ports. So that's what you use, and make adapters. Yeah, they are still working on this game. The next update is confirmed to be coming out in September. Yeah, what I'd do is I'd use the controller ports as USB ports. Oh, UFO. But have the original ports be there, and you just use an adapter that changes the pin out to USB. Just so it looks clean and original from the outside. The DT7010 is the smallest that uses a standard PSU format. Though it's not normal. It's not upgradable though. I mean, ideally you'd want to be able to do some light gaming on it. Maybe not super high-end stuff, but... Comes in like 4 different sizes. The top 3 are upgradable. I'll have to do more research on this after the stream. And see what ones would fit in an OG Xbox. Especially with a full-size optical drive as well. Gaming laptop motherboard might be the best choice, actually. You can game on it. Linus Tech Tips did a 2-parter on it about 5 years ago. $70 gaming PC. 2 years ago. 5 years ago, though. That's half a decade ago. Sure, you could game on it then. You know what else would be awesome? Linux skinned to look like the original console dashboard on this thing. If they ever end up making it, which I kinda doubt. Oh, where did it go? Oh, there we are. You can drop a Xeon CPU and a low-profile GPU in most 7010s. But yeah, could you drop that in an Xbox, the original Xbox? Could you take the motherboard out of that machine, drop it in the Xbox with all the stuff and the power supply? That's the main issue, is the size. You might have to end up making the power supply external. Which would kind of suck, but what you gonna do? It might fit. I feel like a full-size optical drive would be pushing it, though. These are pretty small machines. Yeah, true. And you can get, like, slot adapters to position the graphics card however you want it. Might be better off to run onboard graphics. It's never better off to run onboard graphics, unless you physically have to. Which you are not wrong, it might be a requirement for this case, but I think I'd sooner settle for a gaming laptop motherboard with separate graphics chips. Onboard AMD graphics. I mean, integrated graphics in general are not going to be as good as a graphics card. They had full-size CD-ROMs, and the other ones had laptop CD-ROM drives. CD-ROMs or DVD writers? Or you can just call them optical drives, since they're all backwards compatible, you know? And yeah, a laptop CD drive might be the savior. Since that takes up a fraction of the space and would probably still work. Though if I really want to go all out, a full-size Blu-ray drive is an option. Although I have never used a Blu-ray disc in my life. You got your Blu-ray writer just for Windows backups? That's quite clever, actually. Right, we're coming up on 2,100. Cave Johnson says, I'm actually planning to take the board from another Dell machine and drop it into one of the smaller cases since it's an identical motherboard. Clever. But if it's identical, then what's the point? Oh, better chipset. Good night, you can call a cowboy. Thank you for stopping by. We'll probably wrap things up soon as well. Ah, shipped. With a better chipset, yeah. Oh. The motherboards are component for component identical except for the chipset. Oh, UFO. Man, it's been a while since we've seen one of them. Hello again. If only we could catch up to it. Intel CPUs do a weird authentication dance with their chipsets, telling the CPU what features it's supposed to enable. AMD doesn't care. Oh. Almost caught another rabbit there. No, don't roll. Please don't roll. It rolled. It wasn't too bad. Man, these last few kilometers of the day are the most tough for some reason. $97. Man, it's those rear wheels that keep bouncing up for no reason. just concentrating. Frankly, every computer should have ECC. We should have been the bullet and fully moved over to it 25 years ago. For a while, a lot of PC motherboards at least had parity on their onboard RAM. Fair enough. Okay, there we are. 2,100 kilometers in under 2 hours. That's pretty abysmal. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this stream. I'm glad to be back, and I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you all later.